Oh.
Salutations and welcome to the farm. Well, we are under a blizzard warning today. It is cold. What is our temperature? It was negative 41 degrees. So it's 41 degrees below zero earlier today. We are stuck here on the farm. We are under a no-tow ban, which means you can't go anywhere. You get stuck in this mess. You're staying out there in the ditch. There are several people right now in their cars, in ditches. They're just being told to ride it out. We are riding it out here on the farm, and Papa Jim wanted some cookies. And I said, I don't think we need to risk actually baking cookies in our little oven because we might lose power, and then where will we be? So today, in honor of the weather and in honor of Grandma Parker, she used to call these cookies globs. We're gonna call them blizzard blobs. So let's make some blizzard blobs. Will you help me today, Papa Jim?
Can you say that 5 times fast?
Blizzard blobs, blizzard blobs, blizzard blobs, blizzard blobs, blizzard blobs. There's 5.
Right.
Look at, I've got an actual chef here to help me today. Look at you looking all snazzy in your jacket.
Yes, I
love it. And I've got on my Christmas apron. So we're set to go. Let's
and
review.
I'm off of work.
You are off of work. You couldn't get into work.
Snow. When you can't see and there's snow across the road, what do? You stay home and make cookies. So what do we got?
So we will go through the ingredients as we add them. They'll also be listed in the description box below. So if you miss something, don't worry. We got you covered one way or another. So we have our hot plate here with a saucepan. You don't need a bunch of bowls. And we've taken the liberty of going ahead and pre-measuring everything for the sake of time. So we're going to have our saucepan here. Let's turn it on to a medium to medium high setting. So we have our saucepan coming to heat. We're going to add the first 4 ingredients for our cookie recipe into the saucepan. So what we have is we have 2 cups of sugar that I've pre-measured. These are going to go into the saucepan.
So can you pour that in while it's warming up?
Sure can, because we're going to add something next that's going to be liquid.
Okay.
So not a worry, because you would go through this a little quicker than we would just doing this, on the fly here on the farm. Next, we're going to add 1/2 cup of milk. Now, since we're in the middle of a blizzard and we didn't make it to the store and we don't have a cow, this is evaporated milk. We're also adding 1 stick of butter, which equals 8 tablespoons, which is 1/2 of a cup.
Look at that.
So I've taken the liberty of cutting these into pats so they melt a little quicker. So those go in.
What is next?
And next we have 1/4 cup of the cocoa powder. That's going to go in with your mix here.
And that's unsweetened on anything?
Unsweetened on anything. How many of you as a child dipped into the baking chocolate powder and thought it was going to be delicious and it was horrible? Goodness sakes, what a mess that can be. All right, so now all we have to do now is just bring this up to temperature and get everything melted together into a lovely, lovely chocolate sauce concoction. I'm going to bring this a little closer to us here. Only the first 4 ingredients go into your saucepan, and you're going to bring these up to temperature. You're going to warm up that milk, the sugar's going to dissolve, the cocoa's going to blend in, and the butter's going to melt, and you're going to end up with a delicious chocolate sauce.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I can just eat that chocolate sauce.
Right? This is what you would hope it would taste like when you dip into the cocoa powder.
Yeah.
So while this is coming up to temperature, and we're going to look for it to boil, you want to make sure you constantly stir.
Constantly stir so you don't burn it.
Don't walk away from it. Don't go play in the snow while you're warming up your blizzard blobs.
Right,
It will turn out badly for you. You want to stir for a little bit? So, as I said earlier, these were called globs from a lovely lady that we just loved. She was in my life since I was 8 years old. And she called them globs, and her daughter makes them every year for their family. And she asks me, are you guys going to make any of Mom's globs this year? I said, I don't know if I have all the ingredients, but we do. And because of the blizzard, we're just going to call them blizzard blobs. You may know them as another name. Once we get them out onto the cookie sheet, if you call them something else in your family, comment in the comment section below. What do you call these cookies? They're basically a no-bake cookie. We're going to get this ready and we'll get them on the cookie sheets, and then they'll form into delicious cookies. They're his favorites.
I'm calling goodness globs.
Goodness globs. Goodness gracious me.
Yeah, they're good.
So while Papa Jim is bringing up our chocolate sauce to a boil, comment below What is your temperature where you are today? Today our wind chill is negative 41, so it is cold outside, so we want to know from you. What is your temperature where you live? Now you don't want to rush this. Don't turn your heat up too high. You want it on a medium to a medium-high heat. Let it come to temperature on its own. Don't rush it because you don't want to scald this because there's nothing worse than burnt chocolate. Now I'm happy to say that we have enough ingredients that we'll be making more than one batch of these cookies. And when the blizzard clears, we're going to see if we can get them to our kids and our grandkids with their Christmas presents. It's 2 days before Christmas. We may still be snowed in, but we're going to see if we can get them some cookies for Christmas. What is your favorite Christmas cookie? What is your favorite cookie to have at Christmas? Put it in the comments below and share that with us. Are they blizzard blobs or do you have another favorite?
You know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about that if this blizzard stays around a couple days, there's not going to be anything left to give the kids.
We may eat all the goodies.
I think he's going to start. There she is.
Okay, I'm going to take over the stirring, and Papa Jim is going to set the timer for exactly 1 minute. Don't go below 1 minute. Don't go over 1 minute. You want to stir this boiling for exactly 1 minute.
15 seconds.
You gonna do the countdown? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Papa Jim's gonna remove it. I'm gonna turn off our hot plate here
I'm going to still stir it a
and
little bit.
move this out of the way so we have room to work. So next we're gonna add our remaining ingredients. We have, I'm gonna stir, Papa Jim's gonna get 1 cup of peanut butter.
1 cup of peanut
And I
butter.
have it pre-measured. Make sure it doesn't flop in there because I don't want you to burn yourself.
Push it?
Just push it right in there. You ready? Here he goes.
Here it goes. Slow.
Just gonna take that off right there. We're gonna melt this in here. 1 tablespoon of delicious vanilla. You can use real vanilla. You can use artificial vanilla extract if that's all you have on hand, but get the real vanilla if you can. I'm gonna stir that into here.
Is that peanut butter melting?
The peanut butter is melting, and we're not going to add our last ingredient. Well, we've got 2 ingredients left. The oats and then some kosher salt because we used unsalted butter. Now, I've seen some questions on some of the groups that I belong to, and people are like, why do they say use unsalted butter and then they tell you to add salt? Well, I did a little research, and the consensus is that different companies, different butter companies, use different amounts of salt in their salted butter. So you might get something that's not salty enough or something that's too salty, and it's better to just have unsalted butter, then add your salt, and that way you know what you've got. So we have our Redmond's sea salt here, so I'm just gonna have Papa Jim take the lid off, and I'll just grab a big old pinch.
Big old pinch.
Big old pinch of sea salt, put that in there. I'll put the link to some of these things, some of our favorites, in the description box below as well.
Redmond's is really good. I like
Really
that
good
as well.
salt. Now this looks just like a really nice chocolate syrup. The peanut butter has melted, and now we're going to add 3 cups of old-fashioned oats. Don't get the quick oats, get the old-fashioned oats. So pop those in there if you will.
Should I do a little bit of time?
If you want to do a little bit at a time, you sure can. Kind of helps distribute them through our chocolate sauce a little easier. We've got our Christmas music playing in the background. So just kind of like fold your oats now into your chocolate batter here. As it cools, it's going to thicken. You just want everything to be well incorporated. And we're going to move this over just a little bit. Once you have all of the oats well incorporated, you're going to go ahead and get a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper and a spoon. Do you have a spoon in your chef apron
No,
there?
I do.
Chef Papa.
So we're doing big plops?
We're going to do big plops because I know you like big plop cookies.
Yeah.
So we're just going to make big old blizzard blobs on our cookie sheet. And once you get your cookie sheets filled up, you're going to set these aside. You can either put them in the refrigerator if you want. You can set them on the countertop. And And then just let them naturally harden up into a beautiful no-bake cookie.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so we're gonna let these sit. I don't know, Papa. I don't know if I can wait for a whole half an hour.
But we have a big refrigerator.
We have the biggest refrigerator in the
state. The biggest freezer.
Let's take these out and put them out on the deck. They will be ready in a couple of minutes. You ready? I'll grab one, you grab one. Let's get our boots on, we'll put them outside to chill.
About 5 minutes, and we'll check on them and see how they are.
Okay, we're back. We let the cookies sit outside in the blizzard for a while till they were nice and cold. Then we brought them in and we let them just sit on the counter while we watched an episode of a new show that we're getting into. We've made ourselves some hot coffee, and we've taken the cookies off the tray because we didn't want you to have to listen to the rattling of the parchment paper. So I think we got close to 2 dozen of our extra large blizzard blobs, but we're gonna go ahead and try them and see how we like them. Now, we asked you earlier in the video, if you make these cookies or you enjoy these cookies, what do you call them? So often these are called no-bake cookies, globs, and we're calling them blizzard blobs. What do you call them? We asked you earlier in the video, so what do you call these things? I wanna know. We're gonna try them. Go ahead and grab one, Papa Jim. Get the biggest one on the plate.
I got a name for it.
What do you got it?
Meadow muffin.
It's not a meadow muffin.
Looks like one.
Meadow muffins are completely, entirely different things.
Right.
Let's go ahead and give these a try. Is this what you wanted?
Mm-hmm.
They're good. Chocolatey, peanut buttery.
It's just like the ones you can get, even better.
They're better than the ones in the store because they're not 3 weeks old. And we have them with a nice warm cup of coffee. Oh, friends, these are good. We're going to enjoy our cookies. All of the ingredients and the instructions are in the description box below. And we hope all of you are staying warm during this blizzard and safe. Stay home. Make blizzard blobs. Don't go out in this mess. Anything else you want to add, Papa Jim, before we say goodbye?
Nope. It's getting pretty wild and woolly out there.
It is indeed wild and woolly. So on that note, we're going to say goodnight for now. We're going to take our cookies into the living room and watch another episode of the show we're watching. And we'll see you next time here at the farm. Until then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a blessed day. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.